Hey, how's it going? Wanted to chat real quick on how I transition clients from a PEO to a non-PEO payroll service provider. What are the steps? We'll just go over one today. Um, First one is, who are the liable parties, right? We want to identify who's doing what and when are they doing it, for whom, right? So step one, identify all the liable parties. This is how we create an accurate timeline for any PEO to payroll service provider transition. Because if you're currently on a PEO, you might take for granted the fact that you click submit payroll and ACH deposits are happening at the same time to your employees for their net check, to federal, state, and local tax departments. The 401k money's going out, the workers' comp's being paid, HSA money's being transferred. The list goes on and on and on. And with my new payroll provider, who's going to handle these items and who's responsible for making sure that those transitions are done accurately and within the guidelines of what's timely, right? Like a 401k blackout period, for example, can take a good amount of time. Who's going to handle some of these transition points? One of the things that we want to make sure of is on our new payroll system, when I hit submit, who is going to do that at my company and what is my payroll provider going to do from there, right? I want to know once I click submit for payroll, now who's going to make sure that I'm accurately reporting to the state, federal, and local entities for payroll taxes? Who's handling the remittance of the benefits? Right, making sure that the medical insurance is being paid correctly, making sure that we're accurately withholding the amounts from each employee's paycheck. The two main parties when you're on the PEO are you as the employer and the PEO. And one great thing about the PEO is, like, let's just say you're in 38 of these great United States, right? The PEO is handling a lot of those communications between you and the state departments. So some of my clients that are in, let's call it 38 different states, when they're making the transition from a PEO to a non-PEO payroll provider, they forget that, hey, there's such thing as client report states for PEO. There's also there's hybrid report states for PEOs, and there's also where the PEOs basically use their EIN number, right, for the state. So which one of those states that you're in fall under those categories, right? Did we do an audit of that? Whose tax ID are we now paying the employer taxes on? Was if my employees come to me and on the first payroll check, they're saying, hey, my net check, it changed and we're in the middle of March. Like, how come I'm getting paid less? I got paid my same $5,000 salary, but I'm getting taking less home. Did we start our payroll taxes over again? Was that part of the PEO transition when you guys talked about it? Was the PEO you're on, were they certified PEO? Were they not? Who's responsible for communicating this stuff to your team? Who on your team's actually equipped to handle all these conversations? How do you set up all those cool APIs that the sales engineer showed you on the call? Coming off of PEO, it can be a great way to save money. And some of our clients have, I don't know, we've had some clients at 30, 40 employees save 400 grand in a year. But then there's also some people where it doesn't make sense to come off of a PEO. And again, the transition, we like to help our clients. We're agnostic to whatever the client wants, but if you have questions about whether or not your transition was done properly for the PEO, or you want to benchmark a PEO to your current PEO or the open market, our team's here to help you out and help you figure out the timeline. Because again, figuring out who is responsible for what and when by whom, that just sets up your whole timeline. Because anybody who's trying to shove you from a PEO into a payroll solution within 60 days generally doesn't care about the rest of your calendar. They think that all you're doing is this PEO transition, and we've seen it happen before. If you got more questions about how to do these transitions, let us know. I'm happy to chat with you and see how your transition, how we can make your transition easy. They are like snowflakes, so no one is the same. All right, take care.